G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts 375, the wonderful quality with the wonderful mojo. How you doing, mate?
I like how you left out the quality part with the quality mojo.
Well, I was implying that it was quality mojo, but I wasn't maybe referring to the same type of quality, because I've skimmed this Friday Facts. I haven't read it yet. Normally I pre-read it, but I looked at this, and I skimmed it, and I thought,
That's a lot of words.
No. I thought this is one I want a live reaction to, because I have a feeling this could be either really good or really bad. Yep.
Those ones.
It's one of those ones. So yes, what is quality? Quality is everywhere. It's all around us. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. I don't know how much quality is in my taxes, but okay. Yes, what is the truth? You're a noob, Neo. Like everyone, you were born into normal quality in a prison that you cannot taste or see or touch. A prison for your factory. You take a blue module, the story ends. You wake up at the factory and believe whatever you want to believe. Take the white module, you stay in Wonderland. I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay, so we got a Matrix reference in at the start. It's a little bit dated.
Where's the pink module? I want things to be more productive.
Sure. So then we have horizontal versus vertical growth. Horizontal growth is just using what I have to build more mining, more outposts, more production facilities, etc., which is what we've had forever. Vertical growth is improving the efficiency in which I produce. Better assembly machines, better smelters, better modules, technology upgrades, and better setups, which we also do.
Words. This is already leading into the complete opposite of what Factorio is, because Factorio is all about quantity, quantity, quality.
Yeah, it's also about the quality of your CPU and how far you can push it. Yep.
That's what overclocking's for.
Yeah. In the main game, you have to balance, well, that or devs would need optimization. Seeding, get to work. Yep. In the mid-game, you have to balance the vertical and horizontal growth, which is fun because you need to strategize more. In the end game, you mainly scale horizontally and it's enjoyable because you know you won't be changing the design as much, so you can attempt to have the final version scale it up while there are new challenges appearing at the larger scale. Always wanted to extend the part of the game we had to balance the vertical and horizontal growth, and quality seems like a nice general solution to do that. So what is quality? Every item, entity, and equipment has 5 possible qualities now. Each quality gives improved bonus value used for most of the stuff. So normal is the base module, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Okay.
Yep. And we've got some examples of what the different tiers do.
Uh-huh. So how much does a solar panel normally output?
Like 40 kilowatts or something like that. I should have looked that up before.
I should have looked that up too.
It's definitely not 150. It actually does say further down that it improves it. It's 60.
60, okay, 60. And 150 would be 150% on top of the base of 60. Okay.
Yes.
Whereas an assembly machine rare, which normally has a crafting speed of 1.5, now has a crafting speed of 2, which is 60% faster? Yeah?
Something like that.
Sure.
It's also finished 69 products.
Nice. Okay, I get it now. All right. So, all quality modules have more health, but apart from that, they get unique bonuses based on type. Electric poles have a large display area with a wire reach of +1 per tile per quality level. Who cares? Modules have improved primary bonuses. Okay, Spidertrons and armor have a larger equipment grids, +1 in each direction for each extra level. That's nice. Spidertrons are bigger.
Substations on the electric poles would be really good, because that means you get what is that? +4 tiles of range. That means substations would be even better.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay. Spidertron's bigger inventory and armors. Yeah, okay. Equipment's generally better in what it does. Turrets and guns have more range. Ammo does more damage. So does move faster.
Certas will be interesting.
Mining drills deplete resources slower. Assembly machines, furnaces, labs are faster. Worker robots have a better...
Cool. Don't care.
Battery cap. That's the problem. Half of these are like nice, and the other half is don't care. Robots recharge faster, don't care. Solar panels, don't care. Accumulators, don't care. Nuclear reactors, boilers, and steam engines have increased production, don't care. Bacons have lower power consumption, don't care. Raiders have larger reveal ranges.
Don't care.
Yep. Repair packs have more durability. Don't care.
Don't care. That one circuit and one gear that go into them is really want to stretch that out.
They need a circuit, do they?
I think it was a gear and a circuit.
I just remember gears. I don't know what the other... I know it's 2 items. I just have no idea what the other item is because I just don't care.
It's literally, they don't care. I mean, you make 100,000 of a minute.
Yeah. So belts, pipes, rails, chests, combinators, walls, and lamps have no quality. Okay. Things get pretty wild quickly. 4 legendary production modules in a submachine gives 3 times 100% productivity bonus, was 40% before. Since this multiplies in a multi-step production change, the overall factory production gets quite a big boost. Okay. High quality Spidertrons and armors with high quality equipment get pretty powerful. It's actually a new achievement for having the best legendary armor full of legendary equipment. Okay. With the fast machines, modules, and inserters, some of the setups can get quite extreme. Okay, so it's like Bob's modules and...
Kinda, yeah.
Not Bob's inserters, because they do weird angles, and maybe that's coming in the next Friday Facts, but it's not this Friday Facts.
That would technically violate... I think there's a previous FFF talking about that.
About inserters doing weird angles? Or
the limitations on what they put on inserters, because I think that was talked about with when they were going to introduce the loader, and then they changed it to the stack inserter.
Yeah, the problem is if you had a Bob's inserter with a 90 degree, just a plain 90 degree inserter, and then as a blueprint, and you pasted that into normal Factorio, I believe at one stage, not anymore, but at one stage, you get a 90 degree inserter in Factorio.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it was using base game dynamics to a certain extent. Whatever. How do I get high quality? We want to make a system for semi-automated high quality, higher tiers of everything without need to multiply all the recipes. Generally, just adding a huge amount of recipes isn't really adding the game at this point. Feel the game already has enough, especially if we consider space age specific ones not yet revealed. Same time, we want added some complexity, so it also made the related complications explicitly opt in. This is how I came up with the idea of the new type of module, the quality modules. Okay. Especially if it increases the probability of getting higher quality items, higher quality results when crafting a machine. So, for example, the most basic quality modules, blah, 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 adds 1% increased chance. When you insert one module in the same machine, craft high-end gears, from normal iron plates, you get 10 uncommon gears, which is on average, but we insert more modules. So we go from, hang on, I gotta have this on the screen. So normal, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. All right. Obviously, yes. I'm thoroughly out of date for my RPGs, MMOs. Yes. Okay. You get 10 uncommon, so it has a 1% chance. Quality modules is the thing. This probably sharply increases. Okay.
Yeah, so the more better modules you have, then the more better the stuff you get.
Okay.
Is the short answer.
Is the short answer, yeah. It's all about increasing quality, but the important part of the mechanic is the quality ingredients is the base for the quality of the product. So getting a higher quality intermediates is valuable too. On top of that, the quality increase can not only be one level at a time, but you can get lucky and get more steps at one time. Each additional step has a 10 times lower chance of happening. For our previous example, out of 1,000 gears, 9 would be uncommon and 1 would be rare. Okay. Cool.
What I can imagine happening, because I've already been headaching builds that make use of it, is that it's going to be like the Kvorex enrichment, where you're just sort of spinning up the higher and higher tier components to make the higher tier modules, to make the higher quality modules, to get the higher quality components, and so on and so forth.
You end up with very much like a Kvorex setup, where you end up with a setup that bootstraps to bootstrap to bootstrap to, once you get a whole line of everything is legendary, then everything that comes out of it in theory has to be legendary.
Yes.
Although, does ore go in as legendary? Can you get legendary ore? Can I have legendary iron ore?
There's probably going to be a mod for that.
Yeah.
And it should also note that, like Kvorex, but way more steps.
Oh yeah, way more steps. Okay, quality modules can't be inserted into beacons for the same reason can't do it with productivity modules, but other than that, it's not limited. Since productivity modules are only used on enemies, there are plenty of places where the extra quality items might be produced without any productivity penalty. Also notable that we created the quality penalty on speed modules because haste makes waste, so we wanted to reduce the number of places where beacons for speed modules is the best way to go. Oh.
It did give me the idea when I was thinking of it, thinking about builds, is that if you can have high quality tier speed modules and efficiency modules, maybe a beacon with one speed, one efficiency is actually valuable. Maybe, finally.
Efficiency modules about cutting down the power, and honestly, if you're playing with beacons, who cares about power at that stage?
Yeah, well, also putting an efficiency module in a beacon actually uses more power than it saves, hilariously.
Yeah, unless that's been changed with the 1.2 2.0 DLC expansion. Okay.
That's why I'm thinking legendary efficiency modules might be the the one time when it actually works.
When it actually, it's going to save you
It
power in the long run.
balances out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pump check is literally the only other place where it actually works.
Efficiency modules?
Efficiency 3, specifically.
Why?
It's the only building where it actually does something meaningful. Because you already get the mining productivity, you can just speed beacon it, and it's an infinite something that just produces something for nothing. Well, apart from power.
Because when you beacon it, the power use of the whole building goes up exponentially according to all the speed beacons, and then you're adding an efficiency module to then exponentially bring that power load back down. But again, at the point you're playing with beacons, who cares about power usage?
It's probably more pollution than power.
Again, at the point you're playing with beacons, why are you worried about pollution? Like, do you not have an artillery train?
That's the other thing too. That's why I say it's a stretch, but it's the only place where you can actually put them.
Efficiency
You can't
modules.
even put them in mining drills.
Efficiency module ones in mining drills makes sense because they produce
the maximum bonus you can get out of them too. So you can't even put efficiency 2s in them.
Yeah, they max out the bonus, but you can get an insane power drop and an insane pollution drop, and your mining patches are on the outpost. They're the furthest away from the base. They're the closest to the biters. It makes sense. Everywhere else, not worth the time and the effort. Anyway, last piece of the puzzle. We wanted to present a way to get high quality stuff, but it would be quite weird with the not so good items being piled up somewhere. That's why I added a new machine, the recycler. Much better than the chest, where we put all the stuff and then we aim those artillery shells at it. Okay.
Less exciting, but yes.
Well, it's fine until you got to manually shoot down all the chests again. Yeah. Because I haven't found a way to automate aim the artillery shell here when the boxes are full. But maybe there's a combinator logic that I don't understand. Okay. It not only does it solve the problem of Factorio how to get rid of all the pistols Troopin made. Yes, it also allows you to get rid of all the item qualities which are no longer good enough, with a chance to get something back. More specifically, for each craft, item recycler gives you back 25% of the original ingredients back. Oh, you might wonder why only 25%, but when you take all the possibility productivity bonuses into consideration, this needs to be low to avoid the net positive recycling loop.
Yeah, you don't want to be spawning infinite free resources.
Hey, that sounds like a whole playthrough and a whole challenge right there.
It sounds like a Bob's Mods thing.
We also created an overall machine limit on productivity to be 300%, modifiable by mods if needed, so even when some mods add machine with more module slots and or better productivity modules, always prevented from getting broken accidentally. Okay.
Specifically Bob's Mods, where you can get more than 300, I think more than 300%. I don't remember now, it's been a while.
There's a couple of them that you can get insane productivity bonuses, but it's always been like limited to the output of machine is always limited to one item per tick. So yeah, that's been really the limit that people have cared about. Having something gives you free resources is a positive loop of resources has never really mattered because you're always limited by the speed of the machine, right? And normally after you pile up productivity modules, they're dead slow anyway. Okay, so the actual cost with the recycler in mind, we can produce legendary items in quite a simple way. We just create assembly machines filled with quality modules for each quality of ingredient and recycle everything that's not perfect until you get the quality you want. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can actually see on this picture here, the splitters are filtered by not only item, but item quality.
Yes.
Like down the bottom, it's filtering out everything that isn't epic quality, but also epic quality circuits.
And it's
Epic?
fitting.
Blue quality.
Whatever. It's fitting blue and above. It's fitting blue and above. Filtering blue and above. Anything under blue, we just put it back into recycling and spit it back through the system.
What's funny is I already envisioned a build like this somewhere in a base from before when they were first talking about it. I was like, just make something like exactly like this. I already thought of everything.
In Mojo's fairness, what he's not mentioning, because we haven't got to it yet, is this has been a thought process by the devs for quite some time. And Mojo may have seen this previously in a far distant away world that he can't talk about when he had source access.
Can neither confirm or deny.
Exactly. Yep. This build takes electronic circuits and recycles them, and the normal ingredients return back to the main factory, whilst quality ones are processed into quality electronic circuits, which are better than rare and stored in chests. With this straightforward approach, if you want to produce items of legendary quality and already have enough legendary quality 3 modules, which is not an easy thing to get in the first place, legendary items are 56 times more expensive than normal items. Why are they more expensive? We're just assuming that we've had to recycle stuff enough times? Yeah, I don't get that phrase.
Makes sense of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a quality chance thing.
Unless it's factoring in the percentage probability, means that you have to keep cycling through. Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, of course, I'm doing this live whilst I'm on Twitch, so yes, you should definitely follow me and Mojo. Both links are down in the description for, where we stream on Twitch. And, okay, Chaz just pointed out you have a loss with a recycler. That's how you get 56 times more expensive.
Yeah, because it's averaged.
But that's only for your first lot. After you have legendary items, in theory, everything that comes out of legendary items is going to be legendary items or a
10%
1% chance of being higher than legendary, which there is nothing higher than that. So, okay. Obviously, since items have a change of steps to produce them, every step has the potential to increase the quality of the intermediate products with different approaches and possibly different machines or other ways to improve the productivity of the process. Tease some future FFF content. That seems like somebody should have added something rather than just, okay, sure. The cost can be brought lower, but it'll always be pretty expensive to get the best stuff. Unlocking the quality tiers. Not all of the quality tiers will be available from the beginning. Only uncommon and rare is unlocked with the quality module research, and better ones are unlocked later. More specifically, Epic is one of the 3 earlier planets, and Legendary is on the last planet. Okay.
So you are gated to the quality by progression.
Okay, so Mojo, before we continue, okay, now, you've played plenty of Factorio. I've played plenty of Factorio.
We've all played plenty of Factorio.
Yes. Now, there is a number of mods out there that intentionally gate different things. And you play some of these mods where you have to build your smelter array. And currently I'm playing C Block, and that's going to be the example I'm going to use, where I build my smelter array. And then as my research progresses and as my technology goes up, I get a more efficient way of smelting things. Which means I need to rip everything down and rebuild it, or update it or modify it in some way. And then after I've gone through that process once, I then get another later game technology that then means that I need to...
tech comes through, and now you got your next tier of smelting.
Yep, which means I need to rip everything down and replace it once again. And then in C Block, I think I've done this 5 times. 5 times.
Basically Bob's mods, and it has like 19 tiers.
Yes.
And not much really differentiates the tiers. It's like you can actually, I think I worked out a billion years ago that you can you go from tier 1 to tier 2 and then just skip everything until like tier 5.
I think I skipped a lot of tiers, but I also think I'm on about my 6th rebuild of smelting. And each time I'm like, I'm going to build it, it's going to be scalable, it'll be easy to fix, and it's then come time to actually scale it, and I'm like, it won't work. It won't work. There was something that I overlooked that meant that it needs to be either ripped down or majorly reformatted to have the room to put in the new products, or the new design. Which then brings me to my question of: are we going to have that in default Factorio? Are you going to have like your green circuits? We've got green circuits on the screen. Are you going to have like level 1s and then, well, your common, and then you're going to get the uncommon? Then you have to replace all the machines and all the inserters with uncommons to then get the next level where you need to replace them all again, and then all again, and then all again. Like, the recycling machines are of a quality level.
I don't think you'll be building bases and rebuilding bases for each tier of quality, because that's not real. It's not really the intention, and because it's all based on probability, that means only 10% of the time the factory will be producing higher quality items. It'd be really like if you go through. Going back to the list at the top, that's actually like 5 kilometers up. What you'll really be only doing this for is building armor and Spidertrons and your combat stuff, I imagine.
I agree. But for those completionists in us, those that wish to have...
We're all going to build a quality, 100% quality factory.
Yes.
I know I am.
What was I gotta remember, you did what was it, 2 red belts of each science per minute, and that was like the max at one stage? Now
it was a lot.
If all the machines are more efficient, therefore you need less machines because you're hitting a UPS limit,
yes,
then you're gonna have to upgrade every machine and every inserter to the next tier, and then the next tier, and then the next. Yeah.
I also like how 2 red belts of science pack is actually not that much anymore.
It is really nothing. It is really nothing.
It was a lot at the time.
Yeah. Okay, strategy implementation. So happy with the strategy implementation? Yes, because they add more important decisions throughout the game. You don't have the recycler soon in the game. Okay, you don't have the recycler soon in the game. Sure. So you can't just really recycle to get the best stuff. The most common way how to start the quality is just insert some quality modules into production of final products, which emits some higher quality products as a byproduct. Okay, so put quality modules in stuff and hope that the gods of RNG are on your favor. Okay.
Just start down the path.
Yeah, the results in a stage of the game where you pick up a very limited number of high quality modules, machines, etc. made as a side effect. You can decide what are the most important parts of the factory that need boosting. Okay, so it's like there was that mod that had giant machines that you found on the map randomly.
Oh, that mod.
So for those of you who haven't played it,
what it's called?
It's big factories or something.
Factories.
And you'd find an assembly machine that's like not 3x3 tiles, but it'd be 12x12 tiles, and it would be just a massive assembler, oil refinery, chem plant, whatever it happens to be, with the recipes preset. And you had 2 choices. You could either use this massive machine, which would replace like 50 of your own machines, but the problem is it's on the map, it's a fixed location, you can't move it. So rather than setting up smelting in base, you could set up on a smelter you happen to find out in the world that needed no power, because that was a bonus of the machine, and you could just bring all the resources there and then take all the plate away. But it meant that, yes, you had to prioritize and make decisions like, is that machine worth that hassle? If it was something like a smelter, yes. If it was green circuits or gears, maybe. If it was something like iron sticks, no, it's not worth my hassle. I can't be bothered.
It's not a high volume item. Well, it is, but it isn't.
It is, but it's not one we care about. Oil refinery would be yes, maybe.
Oh, 100%.
Well, but then you got to deal with all the products right there.
Oh, that's true.
So oil refinery fell in that, like maybe if you found some chem plants like somewhere near it, because then maybe you could train all your liquids from A to B, or pipe it if you're really lucky. So yeah, I sort of can see that part, that you're going to get some of these higher quality items because you pick up a very limited number of high quality modules in machines, etc. So I guess just the gods of RNG, you get a couple of machines that happen to come with the higher, well, you craft a couple of machines from higher quality parts to give you a high quality machine. So you can choose where to put those, maybe. But that's going to screw up so many ratios. Okay, later, especially once you unlock everything, it can be a huge trap to try and get too high quality of too many things too early. The cost is just too high, and you can easily realize that 90% of your production in your factory goes into trying to get the legendary cool thing you want. The same as good old modules, good old productivity modules.
Productivity and speed modules, where you end up sitting the module grind, where you sit there waiting to make modules instead of making a base, improving the base.
Yeah.
Because modules actually really expensive.
Really, really, really expensive. And my answer for that has always been have the worst base in the world that runs on no modules whatsoever and crap you have laying around, like good old-fashioned steel furnaces, and just have it make red and green circuits. Just lots of red, green, and blue circuits. That's all it does. And those you can turn to modules. And eventually you'll have enough that you can start upgrading, well, red and green circuit production to get more modules. Yeah.
And also, well, my strategy was always, unless you're doing a stupid smelter like what I do, which needs the module straight away, you build it without the modules, or with it requesting the modules, like a smelter or whatever, and just run it without the modules.
I'm also a fan of put prod ones in everything. Absolutely everything. As the game progresses, as soon as you get prod ones, just put prod ones in, like everything from purple signs onwards. Just prod ones in everything. Because you get a small bonus, and that small bonus adds up over time.
Build the 3-to-2 circuits, do the 1-to-1, because it's more compatible with prod ones.
Yeah, prioritization of where and how many resources go in is crucial, as well as deciding what items are most important to get higher quality. It plays a huge role in the speed at which you move forward. On the other hand, if somebody wants just a slow run of the game, enjoying having everything semi-perfect and over-prepare before moving to another planet, the possibility is certain there. Okay. When the interplanetary logistics come into play, which we don't know any information about, quality plays a big role as things change. We don't know anything about it. With normal quality products, it might be easier and more productive to make the thing locally on the planet from the local resources rather than having to transfer it through rockets and space platforms. But once the standard goes up and you start using higher quality entities more, the relative cost of the item and the rocket and transport, it changes a lot. So it starts to be better to make each item production in one place and just transport it everywhere. Okay. It plays nicely with the space platform building part, as the space on the platform is quite limited and expensive. Very efficient to save the best stuff for when you have a platform, at least in the beginning. But we don't know where the interplanetary logistics come into play, or the space platforms. So,
well, all we know was from the previous screenshots of the platform where it was crafting like ammo and fuel and oxygen, presumably.
No, well, it was crafting ice and fuel from iron. Yeah.
Or some kind of fuel rock.
Yeah. No, it came from iron. It came from iron. There was a piece of iron bar that would, yep. Okay, so, yeah, all right. But we don't know anything about those two items. So, we feed that information in first before we get to quality. All right. In big numbers, quality is just a basic statistics. A small number of random aspects can be quite fun in a different way, especially for personal armors and equipment. Whereas end up having an assembly machine with the best quality modules in the center of the factory dedicated for people trying to gamble for the best possible equipment for their personal use. The excitement of getting directly a rare power armor from common ingredients when you're super lucky is the same as getting bar on the slot machine, or the item wanted in pay-to-win loot box mechanics. But Factorio, you don't have to take another mortgage on your house to enjoy that aspect of the game. Okay, so we're into loot boxes.
Do you know why that's so funny?
What?
Because it's a slot machine, but being Factorio, it's automated. So the rolling of the slot machine is automated because it's an assembly machine, and then the output goes back into the recycler and then back into the slot machine. It's fully automated.
It's a fully automated machine. Just keep rolling and then send off hook it up to a speaker. Send me an alarm when I get a legendary power armor out. Before then, yeah, don't want to know.
You can combinator it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Engine support and history. Quad is the most mature feature of the Quality is the most mature feature of the expansion because I was developing its first versions initially before the 1.0 release, and it was kept as a separate branch the whole time. We were considering just putting it into the 1.0 release, but since we're already behind on our plans, similar story as with Space Platform, this kind of feature that tends to create unexpected problems, delays, it was decided just to wait for the expansion. There are many internal changes we had to do in order to make quality integrated into the cores of the game. Just the GUI changes are touching quite a lot of places on their own. In some places, you select the quality, and other places we had to allow a selection of quality conditions. So, example, you can set only upgrade assemblers with lower than uncommon quality, etc. Brief list of places that came to mind. Yep. So, specify filters, quick bar, inventory. Yep. When you order things from logistics network, when you view statistics, circuit network signals, chat tags, assembler message selection, blueprint icon selection, upgrade planner, editor, and more. Okay.
Sounds like something that's going to hurt my head.
Yeah.
It is a consequence of everyone else's head.
Here, for example,
request greater than legendary.
Well, the logistics request allows specifying either one specific quality or a quality condition. In this case, we're trashing all the assemblers with lower quality than rare quality. Requesting items with the equal condition and using other quality comparisons would be ambiguous and ineffective, hence the lower numbers is grayed out. Okay, and just the GUI, and this is just the GUI. It obviously affects many parts of the game, including modding, API, etc. Means that I had a very complicated merge in the branch during 1 and 1.1 development, as there were many differences in the branch. So almost anything I touch, internal IDs, GUIs, or tests, are almost guaranteed to have a merge conflict. I believe that fellow programmers would sympathize with my pain. So once we started working on the expansion, this was the very first thing that was put there to finally escape this purgatory. This means that it is the most tested feature, both technically and also gameplay-wise. This exploration might also make it more understandable whilst we don't play into backport features we have, like those from the last Friday Facts into 1.1. Okay, so expansion only. Just to make things clear, the quality content is exclusively part of the expansion. The non-expansion binary works the same way internally. It just doesn't allow any mod to define anything other than normal quality. Made it so quality is invisible in the game until the quality module is unlocked, and you won't see anything related to the quality if you haven't researched the quality module or are playing the base game. This includes the GUIs, the interactions, as mentioned earlier. Also worth noting that it's a lot of fun to play with quality. Using it is completely optional. The expansion is balanced in a way that quality can be beneficial, but it's reasonable to finish the game without touching quality at all. Typically, people who want to just finish the game are more likely not to touch quality much. Those who want to build a big factory will have a very good reason to use it. Okay, before we get to the conclusion, thoughts so far,
Yes.
Muppet, Mojo. God, it's Friday Facts in the morning on a Saturday is not working for me. Yes.
It's really late for you at 9:15 in the morning.
Yeah, I've been up for 5 hours. Yep. Since 4 a.m. For clarification. Yep.
Yeah, if you want, actually, the last point, I did wonder, but it is telling that if you just want to blitz through the game, yeah, you just don't need to bother with quality. You could just brute force it.
Well, it means that yes, you can ignore the quality aspect entirely, which means it's not like your RPGs and everything where you need to get the better quality items to get through to the end game. You can ignore it, but it also means that things like ratios. Let's go with the good old, green circuits to copper cable. It's a 3-2, but then if you happen to pick up high quality legendary copper machines or high quality, above quality green circuit machines, your ratio is going to be wrong. Is that going to hurt things? Probably not. It just means they're going to run faster. But
yeah, I mean, Circus is probably a bad example because once you add productivity modules, it's 1-to-1 anyway.
Well, I'm going to assume people are not going to add productivity modules because most people don't, on their first playthrough to launch a rocket, they don't play with prod mods. But you might end up getting unlucky and you might build a smelter array, and you've seen pictures, you've seen videos, you've gone and looked at a YouTube tutorial, and it's 24 smelters long, and you just happen to pick up smelters from your inventory. And I'm assuming I'm assuming it is an assumption, that when you pick up a stack of smelters from your hotbar, it's going to pick up the either highest quality first or the lowest quality first. And if
That'll
you
be
put
interesting to see how it plays out, as to how it deals with the different quality in your inventory, and
if
whether or not it's even a thing.
Well, if you
a
put
problem.
down one row and then the second row, right? Assuming you have, let's say 20 of a above crap quality and 20 of the normal quality, right? Or 20 plus 50 of them, you'd end up with one side of your smelter works statistically faster than the other side of the smelter because of all those bonuses. And then you could end up with a player like posting photos on Reddit and Facebook and Discord and Steam forums like, why is my smelter working so weird? One side's running fine and the other one's always short of ore. What have I done wrong? It's splitting 50-50 at the start. It's like, oh, it's the rarity of all the smelters. Some of them are moved faster. And therefore you don't need as many of them. It's adding complexity to a game that already has complexity in it.
It's true. I see the point. At the same time, I suspect that 1 in 24 smelters being slightly quicker doesn't really affect it that much.
I'm not talking 1 in 24. I'm talking if you happen to have 300 in your inventory, and they're on your hotbar, and you click the one on the hotbar, does that the one on the hotbar being representing the smelter? Does that pick the normal quality first, or does it pick the legendary quality first, and when we run out of legendaries, it goes to epics, then rares, then And if you've just made a whole bunch of normal stone smelters, sure, the chance of having legendaries is fairly slim. But if you've played a whole game and you're moving all your smelters around and you've ripped down everything to rebuild it, then every smelter in the game you might have a certain amount of legendaries ready to go, assuming they haven't been turned into boilers, because Lux.
Let's get high quality boilers.
Yep. So conclusion. There are at least 2 full land playthroughs with quality, even before space-related stuff was developed, and more after with a lot of individual playthroughs on top of that. Each of those help fix related bugs, tweak the functionality based on the feedback. It means I have enough evidence to be able to confidently say the pain was worth it, and this feature is fun to play with and works seamlessly. As always, let us know what you think of the usual places. So, being that I'm streaming live on Twitch and I can't find the poll because Twitch has already removed it, I believe it was 50-50. 50-50 people have said they think it's a great idea. 50% of people said they're not happy with it. It's a bad idea. Manage your poll. That's what I'm looking for. Thanks, Twitch, for removing all my buttons.
Turning into YouTube. The YouTube hides like all your...
Oh, no. YouTube's added a new feature. As of, I believe it's next month, they no longer allow creators to put in skippable ads. It's just going to be ads. Possibly skippable, possibly not skippable. So we have 50% of people love it, 30-odd% hate it, and 15%, let's go with a reserving judgment. Yeah, I'm reserving judgment on this one.
I'm leaning towards it, of all things. I think this could be an interesting... I guess it really depends on which way you go with it. Because if you're trying, I think it would be problematic if you're just if you just turn it into try and make an entire factory as you traditionally would out of high quality stuff, then it would be a pain in the ass.
So Mojo, again. Quality has various effects. Higher quality entities have more health, but apart from that, they get unique bonuses based on their type. Electric poles have larger supply area. Don't care. Modules have improved...
Except for substations. Actually, there are cases there are some builds I made where medium power pole with more coverage would be nice. Because it's just so tight.
Wire reach for large power poles, so you can actually get a large power pole, one power pole in the middle, and then another row port. Also nice.
Yes.
Do I care that much to save a large power pole? No. Modules have improved...
It's more making a build possible, which otherwise wouldn't be possible.
Sure. Modules have improved primary bonuses, yes or no?
That I can see being useful. Productivity modules about
yes.
Straight away.
Spidertrons and armor have larger equipment grids, +1 in each direction for each extra level, yes or no?
Bigger equipment grid is always good.
Okay, Spidertrons have a bigger inventory and armors higher, and give a higher inventory size bonus. Yes or no?
That one, inventory, don't care as much unless you have some kind of universal spider that, universal construction, deconstruction spider or something that depends on a big inventory.
Okay.
I've only ever done that once, or run into that problem once.
Equipment is generally better at what it does. Yes or no?
Potentially, you can run faster.
Okay, turrets and guns have more range.
Well, the current problem maybe for the gun turret, but the laser turrets, they already their range is already so extreme. Like the gun turret, fully upgraded, be outside of infinite bullet damage already does. I think it does more damage than a laser turret.
Mojo. Yes or no?
Yes. Don't care.
Okay, ammo does more damage. Yes or no?
Don't care. Just shoot more.
Inserters move faster.
Maybe.
Okay, mining drills deplete resources slower.
Don't care.
Assembly machines, furnaces, labs are faster. Mega base only, asterisk. Worker robots have a larger...
Only for labs.
Labs?
Because labs are usually the bottleneck. You always need a huge field of labs.
Sure. Worker robots have a larger battery capacity, yes or no?
That one, it only affects transcontinental bots.
They now go all the way around, it's solved. Roboports recharge robots faster, yes or no?
Build more roboports.
Solar panels produce more energy, yes or no?
Build more solar panels.
Accumulators, bigger batteries, yes or no?
Build more accumulators.
Nuclear reactors, boilers, and steam engines have increased production, yes or no?
Yes, because... Damn it! I was trying to avoid saying yes or no. Nuclear reactor saves UPS. Megabase only, asterisk.
Megabase only, asterisk. Yeah, beacons have lower power consumption. Please see above point. Radars have a laser reveal range, yes or no?
Going back to the beacon one, it only affects people who build solar fields.
Or all those who hit a UPS limit with nuclear reactors, so see above.
That too. See above.
Radars have larger reveal range.
Artillery has a larger seeing range.
Yeah. Repair packs have more durability.
See, half an hour ago when we said that it only costs...
No. The answer is modules, personal equipment, and then mega base only. I think that is my answer. That is my answer for this whole update.
For it.
Yeah.
I also have noticed that trains are distinctively absent from here. So
trains have not been mentioned. Yes, it has been pointed out.
They go faster.
Maybe.
Does high quality fuel make vehicles move faster?
Maybe.
Speed bonus.
Maybe. Do legendary cargo wagons carry 150% more space, more stuff?
I know some people would hate that. Some people would love that.
Yeah, it's going to change the game. I don't know if it's going to change the game in a good way or a bad way. I can definitely see, as far as I see it right now, I want nice stuff for my personal stuff. I want nice stuff for my modules. I want to not care about anything else. I think that's where we're going to leave today's Friday Facts, because I don't have anything else to add.
Yeah, I think I know for sure once we get it in hand, we'll see more of it.
Well, there's a note here somewhere that the belts are excluded, as are pipes, as are something else, and I can't find it.
And light lamps.
Yeah, and lamps, yeah. Trains were not mentioned, so yes.
So that it doesn't swing either way.
Yes. Maybe a legendary tank in the future, but yeah, we'll see about that.
It's a legendary tank is sort of implied by Spidertron. It's interesting they specifically mention Spidertron, though.
Of course. Spidertron is the be-all and end-all. Anyway, I think this is where we're going to leave the Friday Facts, because we are running out of time. As always, thank you guys for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and come back next week for me, Mojo, and more ramblings about, whatever they've decided to tease us with next week.
Hopefully we'll get the train FFF next week.
Maybe. Look at spaceports, rocket logistics, space platforms, something. We're talking about expansion DLC 1.2, 2.0, and we don't have a lot of details yet. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to call it here.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. No Mojo Bye. Okay, fine. No Mojo Bye.